How do I get out now? I'm stuck. Oh, yes. Right, I think over there. Oh, let's go over that little... Oh. Ugh. But, oh, you gotta love a mid-drive. Mid-drives, they just allow you to do stuff like that. I love this bike, actually. This is the Engwe L20 3. This bike has come totally standard. It's come with a boost button, and now for the first time, it's come with a mid-drive motor. 250 watts, but if you have not seen a mid-drive motor in action, you are about to be absolutely shocked. I think this is the Land Rover Defender of e-bikes. Yes, we are on the L20 3 Pro, and I don't know what it is about L20 videos that attract the rain, but we've got some rain. But just like the weather, this bike's ridiculous too. So this is the first L20 that I've tried that is a mid-drive. It's been out for a while actually, but it's taken me a long time to get one. They keep wanting to send other stuff. But now here we are on what could be, or should be, the best one. Because not only is it the third iteration, the L20 3, it's also the Pro. And what makes it the Pro is the mid-drive 250 watt motor. Now mid-drive's cool and generally more expensive. And to be fair, this bike isn't mega expensive. It's 1,600. It's obviously a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, but when you compare it to other mid-drive motor bikes, it's not that much. Plus we'll have discount codes in the description, but don't go there just yet. You need to find out if it's actually any good. So far, I quite like it. It is for people who want a fully legal e-bike, no questions asked, no grey areas, because you can't unlock it and there's no throttle. So if anyone tries to stop you on this, even though it looks a tiny bit chunky, they will not have anything to go on. They will not be able to unlock this bike. They will not be able to throttle this bike. So you're absolutely fine. And so far, I am quite liking it. I am obviously just cruising around at 15.5 effortlessly, I might add. Because it is mid-drive, it means it's got a torque sensor style power delivery. But it works really well. Like, I'm just going 15.5, I am in pedal assist 5. But the great thing about mid-drive motors is that because it's in the middle, the motor, it's actually helping your legs rather than just pushing around the back wheel. So it helps your legs do pedaling, which means you can benefit from the gears. So if we're going up a big hill, which we're about to be, you can put it in a low gear, which we'll see in a sec. As we go on, the remaining part of the worst road in Wolverhampton, they've actually fixed the rest now. It's not too bad, just that little bit. But with its rear suspension and front suspension, that was incredibly smooth. We haven't got mega fat tyres, we've got 3-inch wide, 20-inch tyres. But yeah, it's quite comfortable. Let's check it on an hour test. That's pretty good, that. With its dual suspension, this is going to be absolutely fine on trails. This is not going to stop you from getting to work. This feels really comfortable, actually. It's really good. And it's so effortless. Do you know what it reminds me of? The way the mid-drive motor works. Because I know it's 250 watts, but really it's capable of more because it's got that massive torque, because you can use the gears. It will get you over anything. Like, I'm gonna just gonna go over here now, and I'm gonna drop the gear, and I hope I don't get a puncture. But it's like, it reminds me of a Land Rover Defender in low range, where it can get over anything. It can't, you know, because when you off-road, you're not meant to go fast and bounce over stuff. You're just meant to powerfully, well, torquely move over things, which is what this does really well. Like, this is totally effortless. I'm not zooming around. To be fair, I probably could go at 15, and 15 through here will feel very fast indeed. I just don't want to get a puncture. I don't know, where am I? How do I get out now? I'm stuck. Oh, yes. Right, I think over there. Oh, let's go over that little bump through here. Whoa. That didn't sound good. There's a lot of like twigs snapping. But oh, you gotta love a mid-drive. Mid-drives, they just allow you to do stuff like that. Loads of other hub drive bikes then literally would have got stuck, but you just, I won't say power through it, but you torque through it. It is like having low range. I love this bike actually. Right, here we are at Sandy Lane. I've dropped the gears. I'm not really sure how it's going to work. You will be able to get a time, but what you will get is a good approximation of how good this is up the hill, because it's meant to have 100 Newton meters of torque. It's got both a strong motor, but also the extra torque, because when you use the lower gears on a bike, you gain extra torque. So in this case, so does the motor. So I'm going to drop it down. I'm in gear 3 of 7, Shimano Tawny. Very basic, but they'll do, they're adjusted well. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so it's kicked in and it is powering us up, and once it gets up to speed, I'll lock it down, I'll knock it down, and then it'll give us more. And I'm not gonna put any effort in, so this is me ghost pedaling. So if I'll go all the way to 7. So getting a bit of a run up, so it's only going at 13. If I push slightly, you gain a bit more power, but luckily you just need to be pushing on the chain to get the power. Right, we're dropping, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the gears, and again we are going slow now, but I'm not really, I mean I've got to push a little bit, otherwise it'll just stop. Like if I just try and fully ghost pedal, I do stop. It recognises when you're doing it. Right, what I'll do is I'll just try and, actually no, I'm going to turn off all the power now, because I don't think we had to get a fair time. So this is no power. Oh God. Let's get some power quick. Right, now I've put it into 1. So that's helped quite a lot. Obviously we've got gears, so let's drop no power with a low gear. So first gear, okay, 3.7 miles an hour. Right, and I'm going to go into 5 really quick. Right, and then we're off straight away. It has got amazing torque. It's just a shame that there's no way to get it a fair time on our hill climb test. But hopefully this illustrates how easy it is. And off we go again, 15.5. What is kind of hard is to push it over 15.5. Like if I really try and pedal and push. By the way, that front suspension is lockable, because it's hard when you're trying to push, when it's bouncing up and down. So if you're not on the rough stuff, I would lock that out. But yeah, we're not going to get very fast on this, which is sad, because if you could unlock it, you would be able to. Oh well, such is the way of UK laws. For anyone who doesn't want to break them, this is a lovely cruiser, and it's so much nicer having a mid-drive motor than having to rely on the boost button. This is way better. You just put it on pedal assist 5 and you don't need that much effort. And if you want to put more effort in, you can reduce it. So now I'm on pedal assist 2. Let's try that for a bit. And obviously you get power straight away as soon as you push down, which is good. But just be careful if you're resting on your bike, if you're just sitting there with your leg on the pedal. If you're in a pedal assist, it will push you forward. So right now, I'm going about 13.9 and it's just kind of pushing me forward. So it does seem lower pedal assists, they just kind of reduce the speed at which it stops giving you power.
There's the box. Inside the box. Outside the box. Box, we got pedals, a pump, a stand, some bits, tools, the gear guard thing, manual, axle, 8-amp charger. Get the pedals on, get the stand on, front mudguard on and the front light, and attach it down by the forks. Front wheel on. Now mine came with a spacer at one side, and this 2 of these, but only one actually fits. So I've put that one on the far side and the small one on the brake disc side. Don't be too surprised if you have to adjust the brakes because it's rubbing on the brake disc. To do that, loosen that and that. And although a lot of people say then pull the brake and then retighten it, that never works for me. So I literally have to look for air between the brake pads and the disc and then slowly tighten it up. Also, on this side, there's these like little rubber things that go into the wheel, and they get wrecked by the inside spacer, which I've turned around so the wide bit is on the inside. Let's get the derailleur guard on, which has to go on there, so take that nut off. This washer might get prized to the frame, so you use a flathead screwdriver from underneath. Beep! Get that off. Get this on. Get this back on. And then get this on. And tighten it up. And finally, don't forget to tighten these up. And the super fast 8 amp charger should charge the 15 amp hour battery from flat in under 2 hours. So right now I'm going down a slight hill at 19 miles an hour. It's good speed, by the way, for an e-bike. The gears, my feet are spinning fairly fast. So even if you could push it, you wouldn't be able to push it much more over 20. Because I am going quite fast already. Right, got to be careful around this corner. The tyres are road tread, but it was round here that on the LE20 I fell off. Whoa! Oh, Jesus Christ! And I did notice earlier when I was trying to work out which gears were which, I thought the rear gear was on the left-hand side, but Engwe tend to go rear is right, which is like opposite of what a lot of people would expect. So what I noticed was you could do a skid on the front wheel. Let's try and do it now. So I'm going to pull the left lever, which is the front wheel. I don't remember ever doing a front wheel skid all the time. I think that's a bit easy, like the hydraulic brakes. That's way too easy to do a skid. Might as well do a brake test. 15.5 miles an hour. Before a car comes. There's a car coming. 1, 2, 3. About 3 paces. The brakes are great, hydraulic, 180mm rotors, but the tyres, they're not good in the wet. Right, pedal assist. So I'm on 0 right now. Pedal assist 1 has no effect because I'm going 11 miles an hour. Same with pedal assist 2. Pedal assist 3 kicks in, pushes me up to about 14. And because it is limited, 4 and 5 pretty much do the same thing. So I'm just going to cruise at 15. Now the range, depending on your pedal assist, is anywhere between 96 kilometers in pedal assist 5 and 140 kilometers in pedal assist 1. But as we saw, pedal assist 1 is pretty much you doing all the work, unless you want to go at about 4 or 5 miles an hour everywhere, which is not really feasible. But I suppose it's a little bit faster than walking. If Shakespeare had one to go from Stratford to London, he'd probably be pretty happy. Until the highwaymen turned up. But let's have a look at that battery, and we might as well look at the folding, because this is of course a folding L20. The battery's right there. You don't need to fold the bike to get to it. You just put the key in like this, turn it, and the battery will pop up. Take the battery out, and here is the battery with Samsung cells. It's 15 amp hours, 48 volts, which means 720 watt hour capacity. It's also got a little switch, so if you put the battery in and nothing turns on, it could be that the switch isn't turned on. So plonk it back in it goes. The key won't come out until it's locked, so lock it in, take out the key, put it in your pocket. Ta-da! Right, let's fold it then. So it hasn't got foldable pedals, does have foldable handlebars, so let's do the actual body first. So pull that, bring that, and it's going to fall on this little metal thing here, which is handy to stop it falling on like a chain ring, which some bikes have done. And then handlebars, pull this safety catch, and then that goes down there. The ability to fold a bike allows you to take the bike on some public transport, even though it doesn't necessarily help that much. I suppose if you're sitting in a chair and you're going to have it nearby, it helps make it a bit smaller. But it's still quite a heavy bike, so you still roll it into position and then maybe fold it down when you're there. But you still probably wouldn't take it on a bus or something like that. Right, unfold. Let's do the handlebars. Very smooth
doesn't creak like some bikes do. And that's it. Oh, also, it has got an alarm. So if I turn the bike off now, the alarm is set. And it should start beeping at some point. But sometimes they take a bit longer to kick in than you'd hope. I haven't set up the app. I've used the app before from Engwe. It's okay. It allows you to turn off inductive locking on and off, which means it unlocks when you've got your phone nearby because it links to your phone. And also you've got a little tracking device here which allows you to find your bike if you ever need it to. That does require a subscription service, but it's a handy little feature that you might be interested in, especially if you're in an area where bike crime is particularly high. But the good thing about this bike is it doesn't scream steal me and it doesn't scream stop me. Similarly to a Land Rover Defender. Now I think Land Rover Defenders look cool, but a lot of people think they look a bit dweeby. They look a bit geeky. And this bike's just like that. It looks kind of geeky, but it's an absolute powerhouse. Also, the way the alarm works is when you turn it on, it will turn the alarm off. But without a password, all you have to do to stop the alarm is turn it on. If you want to use that alarm, you need to set a password on here, because putting the password in, that's what stops the alarm. Talking about that falling over, when I fell off the bike on the LE20. By the way, the LE20 I really liked, but just like this, it had dodgy tyres in the wet. Right, let's talk about bits. I like talking about bits. Firstly, the computer. The computer is very bright and nice, but it isn't like mega sunny. It's a bright-ish day, but it's not really sunny. But it is very easy to see everything. Use the I button to cycle through the visual on the bottom right, so you can get your max speed, your average speed, your odo, and how much power it's putting out. Oh, and also how long you've been riding for. And then the trip is always on the left. That doesn't change. Of course, you've got your pedal assist up and down and your speed. And then you've got your battery percentage at the top. We're currently at 90% battery. But I like that. In terms of the menu screen, you hold down the I button. There's not much in there. And I don't think it lets you do it when you're riding. More bits. We've got nice hand grips locked at the ends and with palm rests. We've got the undershifters on the gears, which I like. We've got front and rear light, and you know what? I don't know if the rear light is a brake light. Right, rear light is not a brake light. Oh, we got walk assist. If I hold down I, it will walk you forward. You know, if they made that a bit more powerful, you could use it as a kind of a throttle to get you going, just that cuts out. Handy at lights. Not many people do it. Well, no one does it. E-scooter on the SX250, they did it. It basically is the walk mode that bikes have. So it's kind of like an instant throttle that takes you up to 4 miles an hour, 6 kilometers per hour. And it's an amazing idea. And Engwe, especially because they've got a boost button, I don't know why they don't do it, but no, they don't. You've got a nice chunky stand, which at the moment isn't adjusted very well. Just needs to be a bit shorter, but you can easily do that. Yeah, we got front and rear metal mudguards. Are they metal? I'm pretty sure they're metal. Past Alex, these mudguards are plastic. We got the nice chunky rear rack, because of course the L20 was a bit of a cargo bike at first. It's got points at the front to put on a front cage, something I don't like. I'm not a massive fan of the way this bike looks, because the L20 original and the first L20 Boost, yeah, they both look great, I think, with their big fat tyres and their BMX handlebars. And with this one, they've reduced the tyre width to 3 inches, and they've got the foldable handlebars, because it is a full foldable bike, which I get. Like, it's a good idea to make it folding, I suppose. Although some might argue that it weakens the bike somewhat, or makes it heavier. Oh, speaking of weight, let's check out the weight. Right, it's about 34 kilograms. So it's not too heavy, but it's not exactly light either. It just looks a bit dweeby. Luckily, for 70 quid, you do have the option of putting on BMX handlebars. I didn't get them, but I would recommend that because it looks way better with BMX handlebars. I think they all do. Folding handlebars, they're useful because you can fold them. So if you need them, then yeah, great. And on smaller bikes, like those from Huga, like the ones I took on the train. If you haven't seen that video, it's a fun video, check it out. Just keep it in the middle.
Okay.
It makes sense, and it looks normal, but on these it looks, like I say, a bit dweeby. But if you don't mind the looks, then it's not really a big issue. We are going to check on the range in a bit. We might as well do a 0 to 15 now we're on the flat. So 0 to 15, let's give it some gears. Right, okay. It's kind of not going to be fair again because I'll have to put a bit of effort in. But go. Oh, stop. That was pretty quick actually, and I didn't really put much effort in. Just want to see what it's like when I do try. So I'm in gear 5, so if I'm on from a standstill and I want to get away really quick, I'll just go and it kicks in straight away. And that was it, done. But obviously you hit that wall, as soon as you get past 15, you hit the wall and you're like, ugh. But the acceleration to 15, if you try, is immense. I just realised there's no bell. I don't know if there's a bell in the box and I forgot to put it on. Hello, it's Alex in the future. We do have a horn, of course. It's a buzzer. It's right there. It looks like a horn. I'm just blind. And a bit stupid considering how many e-bikes I've seen with that button. But oh well, sometimes the brain just lets us down momentarily. So you might be liking this bike right now. That's all well and good. But if you're too small or too big, then it's all a moot point, as Joey Tribbiani once said. So let's see if you would be able to fit on this bike. So I've got a short-ish inside leg. It's about 31 inches or something like that. In its lowest position, I'm fully flat on the floor. You're meant to be like about that. So I reckon if you're about 5'3", 5'2", and you had normal sized legs for your height, you'd be all right. Now, not only does the saddle go high, but you can actually raise the handlebars too. So this does become a bit of a big person bike. But I did say on the ride that the handlebars and the saddle kind of felt a bit close together. I mean, I could probably ride this. So I reckon if you've got normal size legs, it's probably good for up to like 6'4" or something, 6'3". Yeah, that suspension is, you know what, it's not too soft. It's just right. Just takes the right amount of cushioning and doesn't bottom out or anything like that. It's quite nice. You can see that in terms of power, this motor was more than willing to give you more speed after 15.5, but it's been neutered. By the way, Engwe are about to do their Black Friday deals, because it's Black Friday coming up soon, isn't it? So they are going to do deals on most of their bikes, so check out what the current price is, because it might be way cheaper than what I'm saying now. And we've also done reviews of their Ep2 Pro Boost and the Engine Pro 3 Boost. Their names are getting ridiculous. As well as the Map 4 bikes. Some of them were very good, but check out the reviews before you buy it. Don't go in blind. Some of them look better than they actually are, and some of them look better on paper than they actually are. But yeah, I think now is probably a good point, before we just think about any more negatives, to hop into the future and check out what my range was. Right, we've done just over 14 miles, although the Odo is only reading 12 miles for some reason. It doesn't seem to match up with the trip. Don't know why. At one point it was 10, and then I turned it off and I turned it back on again. It was back to 9, as if it kind of rounded down somehow. I don't really know. Anyway, we've done about 14 miles. So on a full tank, because we're down to about 63%, there doesn't seem to be much voltage sag or battery sag, which is when the bike is under load, the battery level goes down, and then when it's not under load, it comes back up again. It seems fine, in that it doesn't do it. So with me, 100 kilograms, fairly cold day, not mega cold, but a bit cold. I reckon we probably get about 30 to 35 miles on this, which isn't too bad. That's on the highest pedal assist, in which they think 96 kilometers. I wouldn't get that, but if you were lighter and it was warmer, maybe you would. So negatives. I will say it's a very upright bike. If that's what you need, that's fine, but some people kind of want to be more forward, and if you want to be more forward, this isn't really the bike for you. Also, the distance between the saddle and the handlebars is also quite short. It was weird when I first got onto it, but I've actually got used to it now. It's not way shorter than usual, but it's a bit short enough just so you think, oh, that's a bit short. I mostly give negatives when the performance doesn't match up to what they've told us. And with this bike it does. They've told us exactly what it is. It's a mid-drive motor with great torque, and it is. It's got great brakes. Oh yeah, the tyres aren't very good in the wet. Interesting place to park. But yeah, I mean, yeah. They've said it's locked to 15.5. They're not trying to say it goes faster than 15.5. They're not trying to sell us that it's got some sort of boost button that makes you go super fast or anything like that. It just is what it is. And what it is very good. I don't usually get like this excited about riding around on fully locked legal UK bike. Maybe the Addo Air Ultra and the SX250 escooter. I love those, but I love this. It makes me forget that it's actually raining and I'm all wet. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this bike, and I kind of wasn't sure if I would, because I love the first L20 so much, and it was fast and chunky, and this isn't chunky or fast, but it's really torquey, and it'll get you up anything. If you get a really steep hill, all you got to do is knock it down into gear 1 or 2, and you won't go mega fast up the hill, but the motor will keep on going and you will get up that hill. Like I say, it is like an off-roader, even though the wheels aren't chunky like they are. I put some chunky off-road tyres on it. This is the ultimate off-road bike, really. Not in terms of shooting past trees, but in terms of getting over stuff. You got your front and rear suspension. You will be equipped to get over whatever you want to get over on your way to work. If you want it to look a bit cooler, get the BMX handlebars, because it's still not very expensive for what you're getting. The components on this bike, apart from, say, the gears, which are just bog standard, everything else is like high-end for a budget e-bike. So I am impressed with the L20 3.0 Pro. And if you've been impressed by the L20 and you're interested in purchasing it, do check out the link in the description. I would appreciate it, because it does take you just to Engwe's website as if you went on Google, but it lets them know we sent you. And then it gives us a bit of a commission. So if you appreciated the review or found it helpful, then I'd appreciate it if you use that. But if not, not to worry, but do use discount codes that we have in the description. I think you can get £100 off, at least. Maybe more if it's Black Friday. I'm pretty sure they still work when it is Black Friday. So you could potentially be getting this very cheap. So anyway, that was the Engwe L20 3 Pro, and I liked it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, give us a thumbs down. Let us know in the comments what I could do to improve, but thanks for sticking around anyway. And until next time, ride safe.